What's up, Whittier?
Welcome to What's Up, Whittier, a homegrown podcast.
A podcast to showcase Whittier's businesses, personalities, and hidden treasures.
Hey, what's up, Whittier?
What's up, Whittier? Dun, 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 dun.
Actually, I was hoping you do more like day-to-day.
Tell me how it goes, and I'll do it, Jesse.
Click, clack, clack, click, clack. I don't know.
Click, clack, clack.
I don't know.
All right. So Jesse, so you brought it up earlier. We're here somewhere. We're actually outside of our normal.
Tell us where we're at, Remo.
We are. I don't know. We're on the corner
We're
of Philadelphia and Greenleaf, underneath the What's Up Whittier booth. I can't say it in Spanish, Jesse, so you're gonna have to help me on this one.
Come on, man. We're at the Dia de los Muertos
Dia del Muertos
Arts and Music Festival.
Yes, we are.
For those who listened to the last episode with Yolanda from Casita del Pueblo, we're actually here live. We're gonna go and record or interview actually a couple special guests, and so stay tuned. Hey, Whittier, we're back at it.
We are here in front of the Nixon
We didn't move,
Plaza.
Remo.
We moved 10 feet, Jesse.
we didn't move anywhere. So our first guest today is actually the MC of the event. Somebody who, Yolanda, if you listened to our last episode, she had mentioned who was going to be the MC.
Okay.
And if you don't follow her, we're going to introduce you to her. So her name is Remo.
Calypso. Thanks, Jess.
You said it right.
The hard part. I thought he was going to go into it, but then...
Take for the team. Yeah. Take for the team.
Calypso, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This is actually my third year hosting MC, the Day of the Dead, the Los Muertos, Uptown, and Whittier. So many names I can't remember. See, there you go.
I call it the Day of the Dead because I can't pronounce it.
The Day of the Dead, Los Muertos Art and Music Fest. Yes, there you go. That's what it's called. Third year, they keep upping it every year, I noticed, and I love it. This year is came out amazing. There's a lot of people.
The weather is incredible.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful that it's not raining.
Yeah, yesterday it was raining.
Yeah, it's not hot. You know.
Yeah. So how is your involvement? I mean, you said you're the MC. Talk about that and what it is that you're doing.
Okay, so I had come from a background in radio, and one day I guess they needed someone to MC, and someone had to leave early. I don't know who it was. Calypso, can you come in and MC host? Yeah, sure, whatever. I just ended up taking over everything.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going up? I was doing the whole backstage organizing thing, and nobody was there, so I was I'll just do it, organize it. And then she just asked me to come back again next year. But last year, it was amazing because she's like, okay, and we're going to use you for the billboard. And I was like, wait, what? A billboard? Are you kidding? And it was with Lisa Love. It was such an amazing experience because coming from a radio background, to be on a billboard, that's dope. And I didn't even get it through radio. It was just through here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was an amazing experience. I was Frida Kahlo, and then this year, every year she does a theme apparently. So this year we did music icons. So why not do Selena Quintanilla? Hello, everybody goes crazy. Yeah. Anything for Selena. So I thought it was we had an amazing team that she designed my outfit, the Selena one, the one where she performed
in the picture?
in the billboard.
That's you in the picture.
That's me in the billboard. Yes,
nice.
I'm
We
the
were talking
girl.
about it last time.
Were you? What'd you say? Oh, that didn't look so good.
Who is that girl?
We're Christine, didn't you say it was Celine in the picture?
I said that she was looking like Selena, and then Yolanda says, "Oh yeah, that's her."
So I pulled it off.
missed that.
Okay.
I pulled it off, you guys, because I thought I did. No, I went to go get my hair done like her. I mean, I tried to study her, the posing and everything. The photographer did an amazing job with the pictures. Calovera with the body paint and everything. I mean, 6 hours of makeup.
Wow.
I was done. I was so done that night, but it was so worth it to represent, the cultura, the Day of the Dead. Remembering Selena, we honor her. I honor her every day. But to be able to honor her like that's an amazing experience.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool. Is the billboard the exact same image as the flyer, the main?
Yes, it is actually. Yes, it is. And I actually even have copies of it if you guys want to come and get one.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys one. It has all my socials and everything. Go ahead and follow at Calypso Aranda. Calypso with an I instead of a Y. So just plugging that in there. But yes, it is the exact same picture.
Very cool.
Yes.
When does the actual program start for you where you're on stage and emceeing?
My goodness, I think I started everything at after 10:30 or so.
10:30,
So, and I'm running on 4 hours of sleep right now.
I went in there and spoke to Yolanda earlier, and she
Yeah.
said she was up at 3 or so, and I'm sure you're on a similar schedule.
Yes, I am running on no adrenaline, on not a lot of coffee, but you know what? I'm glad to be here. This gives me fuel, gives me the energy just to go up on stage, do our thing. This is for a nonprofit organization, for Reach, and that I cannot be more happier to like represent that. You know.
Can you talk about like, because right now we caught you off photo shoot.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what you got going on? Like, describe as much as you can.
Okay, so Calovera, who does my face painting, she'll either ask me, do you want Sugar Skull or the Day of the Dead? And I like Muertos, you know, I love it. For the billboard, we did the Sugar Skull. If you can tell the difference, it's more playful and girly, but this is more Day of the Dead because it has the actual teeth on there. You know, it's more of like the dead part of the Day of the Dead. So that's what this is. And I did my little costume today because I didn't have time to go buy one. Or I didn't give the designer to make me another
Those are the
one.
best, right? Like
Yeah, I did. I went to like Party City or like Hobby Lobby, put a bunch of stuff on. Hey, get a bra. It's a bustier. And like, you know what? I think I kind of okayed it today. I kind of winged it for like a couple days in advance.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got the rolls. You got
Yes.
the
I still have the
rhinestones?
bangs a little bit. The hair's gotten a little lighter, but I think I represent. I have the hat, but it kind of gives me a headache a little bit, so I didn't put it on. But I will for a picture. I had to put one picture at least, right? A formal picture for it. Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you're kind of promoting through the community, or
you know what?
any events you're doing? Or?
This is the second Day of the Dead that I'm hosting this month.
Okay.
I'm actually hosting Canoga Park, Day of the Dead. I host it every year as well. I do the same thing. I'm hosting MC, performances. I believe that's just like for the city, not like here where, everything's going to the community. I mean, it's just great that everyone's coming together just to remember this. But I'm all over the place. I do voiceovers. I'm in radio also. I'm in a radio show. If you like reggaeton, if you like Latino music, I'm right there. I'm like your MC. I do a little bit of everything. Writer, blogger.
Where will they hear you if you're on the radio?
Okay, you can download the Dash Radio app. The station is called Latinx. I'm on air 7 days a week, so I'm busybody. Busybody all the time. You can't call it work when you love what you do, right?
That's right.
Can't. There's just no way. So that's why I enjoy it. So I'm on air 4 to 6, Monday through Friday. We have ticket giveaways. I mean, this is awesome. So you can just follow me there, my journey.
Well, one last question. Obviously, you're the MC, so you're going to love the whole thing, the whole event. But is there anything specific on today's event that you're like, man, we got to do this every year now?
No shame. Food.
Oh, there you go.
The food.
That's a new thing where they brought in the trucks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of more food trucks.
Ooh, there's more. Like, I want tacos. Okay, where?
Yeah.
Do I get one of each taco truck? How do I do this? Decisions.
And,
I cannot.
And with the makeup and with being MC, I mean.
Well, Remo's hungry. Is there a good spot that you've tried already that you recommend?
Okay, I just got word from Yolanda. She texted me that she's got pupusas waiting for me.
Oh man!
So there, and I love pupusas. Where I live, there isn't an area where you can go get pupusas locally. That's good. So I'm about to try these pupusas from the lunch truck by the stage.
Nice.
I'm gonna let you guys know if it's good.
There's extra ones.
Yes. No, actually there won't because I eat them all.
You can eat them all.
You can grade them. If they're good.
But definitely the tacos. I mean, I know, and now that we're like turning into vegan, they have vegan options. So that's a good thing if you're not into like the meat or anything like that. So that's good. It's a little bit of everything, and of course, aguas frescas. You cannot say no to an agua fresca or horchata.
Very
I'm looking forward for that today.
Oh
for sure.
man! Well, again, thank you again for coming on.
Thank
and,
you.
Congratulations on this event, though.
I appreciate it.
Ready for the next year?
Yes, we are. We're already planning it.
Yeah, there you go.
We are. I already have an idea what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Whittier, we're back at it again, and we have two special guests that we'll be interviewing, and they're both from Reach. And Remo, what are their names, Remo?
It's Freddie and
Brady.
Yes.
Look at that.
So there's an inside thing where Jesse always gets. I always think he's going to say the names, and then he throws me, and I'm like,
It's a trick question for him.
So this is a jerk.
I just want to make sure he's listening and paying attention, right?
Well, you have the papers. So.
That's right.
Well, welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us about Reach and how you guys are involved with this event?
Yes, absolutely. Reach is a local nonprofit organization established almost 50 years ago in the area. We service individuals with disabilities, in over 140 cities across California.
Wow.
We empower them to become independent. We help them with communication of all ages, from 5 years old all the way into senior living, where we really provide services, a comprehensive set of services throughout their life to help them reach their goals and be full members of society.
Brady, anything you want to throw in there? Anything he left out?
No, Freddie did a pretty good job. Yeah,
Nice,
I think
nice.
the emphasis is really as an agency that's been around for almost 50 years.
Very
I
cool.
think that's
So
a great thing.
how are you guys involved with the event today?
So we are good friends with Casita del Pueblo and Yolanda Garcia, the business owner. She puts on this amazing event, and Yolanda is on our board of directors. And throughout the last 3 to 4 years, Reach has been invited to be the benefiting nonprofit of this event. So basically, this event needs a nonprofit to close down the streets and do all that fun stuff. And so it's a great opportunity for us to put the word out there, build a stronger community, show people what we do, the difference that we make, and display some of the amazing artwork, and just be a member of this community.
Now, you mentioned you guys have a lot of locations. Is the city of Whittier one of the locations that you guys have, or is it outside the city if someone's looking for your services?
Right, we are located in Santa Fe Springs, off of Santa Fe Springs Road and Slauson. We have 2 facilities there, one of which is our home office, and then the other one a communication therapy center. And we have a couple of service spots where we go into school districts and support schools and children. So we are servicing really 140 cities in California, but our main location is in Santa Fe Springs, Whittier.
Oh, very cool. So what are you guys doing at today's event? Like, is there anything specific like you guys are doing personally?
Yeah, well, we asked people to come visit our booths. We have 2 just up the street on Greenleaf, right by the dollar store. And people get more information about the agency. And then we also have a booth for our art source. And that's where people can get their face painted. They can see some of the artwork that a lot of our clients make. And so it's a really fun little booth to come visit.
So why are you guys personally involved with Reach? Like, do you guys have any backstories or anything, some kind of passion that drives you to
I've
contribute?
been involved with the agency for a long time. Currently, I'm volunteering as president of the board of directors.
Oh, very cool.
But this is my first summer job in high school and college back in the 90s, and ever since then I fell in love with the agency and the quality of services it provides for people. And lastly, I worked for about 10 years as the program director for the day program. So now I'm in a different role, but I still love the agency so much. So I think it's really a good agency to be involved with and work with.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
For me, I've been involved with Reach for 2 years. I'm the resource development manager, so I'm out doing the events. I meet people. I get involved with corporate sponsors and individual donors, build relationships, share our story and the impact we make. So it's just been amazing to see the difference the agency makes, in people's lives. So that's what keeps me going, and that's the most rewarding part of my job, to see how donations and people that come in can really make a difference in people's lives.
And how many clients do you guys service? Is that a number you guys would know? Like from the 180 locations, what kind of service offerings are you guys offering?
We provide service to little over 300 clients a day.
Wow.
Throughout the year, 2,200. It's a rough number, but we also train professionals. We train a lot of speech therapists and nonprofit leaders and health organizations with a lot of training to be inclusive and provide speech to people. So we train 1,600 of professionals throughout the year as well. Pretty broad reach.
Yeah. So how does someone, if they're looking to help, looking to donate, volunteer, what's the best way of kind of reaching out to you guys?
You can visit our website. It's called www.reach.services. There's a bunch of information on there where you can follow what we're up to. We have a Facebook page at Reach Services and an Instagram as well.
Okay.
We just signed up on Instagram, so we've
Very
had the
cool.
ArtSource Instagram, but our Reach.Services profile is brand new, so please follow us.
Yeah, and if you want to volunteer, you shoot us an email, reach out to us, and there's a bunch of opportunities out there, such as these events, and we have a golf tournament, and volunteer at our art source. There's a bunch of opportunities for people to get involved in.
Very nice.
And we actually have an art night gala, right? A
Gallery
gallery
night.
night, coming up in November. So that's a really great way if you guys want to come visit.
You want to tell us about that? Where is it at and what day it is if you have a hang?
November 8th. It's a Thursday night. It's at our Communication Therapy Center off of Slauson Avenue. And it's just a fun evening. It's free for everyone to attend. We display all the art that our clients and consumers produce with live music, free appetizers, and just a lot of fun.
Well, you said free.
Just spoke to Jessie right now.
Remo's going to be there. Sign him up.
Yeah. Do you guys get platters to go? 'Cause
One last question. In the event, I mean, you guys have been here pretty much all morning. Is there any booth or car or altar you would suggest we go visit? Anything that stands out for you guys?
We have an altar right next to our booth.
Okay.
We welcome people to put up their pictures, family pictures, and anything they want to see, or just take a picture of it. And just check out our ArtSource booth, because there's so much amazing art that people can purchase and see.
Yeah, personally, I love the VWs. The whole row of
there
VWs
you
is pretty
go.
amazing, so I love that section too. It's
All
a
right,
good
we'll have
block.
to go check it out.
Yeah.
Food-wise, anything that you guys see that is appetizing?
I haven't eaten yet. I've seen so much good food come by, so
Oh,
I need
Remo's
to go
gonna
eat.
buy you
Well,
lunch.
you're walking in the right
Smelling.
direction.
Everything smells
There's
good.
so
I'm the
much
same way.
good
I haven't had
food.
breakfast either, and we keep getting a whiff of that food.
Yeah, I see tacos and funnel cakes, and so I
Follow
need to
the
go.
nose.
I need
Some
to go
kettle
eat,
corn.
but so it smells good here.
Well,
Everything.
thank you.
It's a great event.
Hey,
Well,
thanks
thank you
having
guys
us.
for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
us.
All right. Bye, guys.
Hey, Whittier.
We're back, and we are in the music area, so you can hear that in the background.
Remo, by the way, is dancing. If you can't, for you people who are more visual, Remo's breakdancing. We're at the grassy lot where there's a couple vendors that we have going on, and we're in a specific spot. And today we're here with.
Mireya. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your booth, because we just see a lot of kids having fun.
Well, my booth is geared more towards children. It's decorating authentic sugar skulls that are made by us, handmade.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what a sugar skull is and how that ties into the event?
Sugar skulls are big. They're calaveritas, and they are used in your altars for Dia de los Muertos. They are a big, big item during the Dia de los Muertos. As we know, the calavera is one of the standard images of Dia de los Muertos. So I thought it would be great to incorporate calaveritas. And actually, we've had a lot of people who have come by and decorated sugar skulls for their altars.
Nice.
Wow. Now, this is me being naive. Are those edible?
Actually, they are. They're made out of sugar. I mean,
Wow.
you might not want to eat them because that's an awful lot of sugar.
Got it.
Well, Remo likes
they-
sugar.
I'm starving. We haven't had
But
lunch.
they
so-
are edible, and which is safe for children. The only thing
Yeah.
that's not edible is the rhinestone. So we always tell the parents, don't let them eat the rhinestones.
Yes.
But we actually sold out of the big ones, the ones people use for the altars. We sold out of
Nice.
those. We have a lot of the little ones that seem to be a great hit. It's our first time doing this, and we are excited about the turnout we've had and
Very
the
cool.
response.
Now, are you guys selling them? Is this something free for the community? How
We are selling them, but they're very minimal cost, $2 per.
Oh, okay.
So it's very minimal.
Yeah.
Again, we were trying to offer something that was geared more towards children. This event is wonderful. It has a lot of vendors. It has a lot of foods. But there needs to be a little bit more of kid activities, and the kids
Yeah.
are loving it.
Yeah,
And the
I mean-
parents are excited about it,
Yeah.
too. So it makes
they
it great.
can put the kid away for 10 minutes.
You know what? It's amazing. We have some kids who have stood here 30 minutes.
Wow.
Getting it right, you got to
See,
make it perfect.
next year you got to charge by the minute.
By the
instead
minute.
of the-
So we hope we're invited back next year because we've had a lot of fun and it's been a great, great experience for us.
Yeah.
How many did you guys make to?
We made 500 sugar skulls in our home.
Wow, 500. And what are you down to? It's what? It's about halfway through the event.
It looks like we have about maybe 150,
5
200.
left, and if you get here now, Remo will buy them right on down.
Yes, come on down. Bring your little ones. The older folks are loving it too.
Nice.
Come get your calaverita.
Can you tell us what is the logic of creating or decorating your skull? Is there any meanings to certain colors or layering?
Obviously, the bright colors that tie into Dia de los Muertos. It's common to write the name of the deceased across the forehead of the calaverita in honor of those who have passed. And then again, adding them to the altar. It's a huge thing. I've been doing this for a long time. I started with my daughter 5 years ago, and her grandfather passed away on November 1st, which is something that really, really tied it in for us. Wow. So it's something that we love to do.
And the colors themselves, you talk about very colorful colors. I'm seeing a hot pink.
Bright pink.
A neon blue.
Bright blue, bright orange.
Bright green right there.
You talked about the rhinestones and added colors to that.
Make it vibrant. It's a color. It's a celebration, a lot of people see death as something fearful, but it's a celebration. We have to honor those that have gone before us.
Is there such a thing as too much?
It depends on your taste.
If Remo goes in and he just covers the whole thing,
it's okay.
There you go, Remo.
It'll just be mine. Will just be orange
with one rhinestone.
No, then I can't eat it. So then I'm not gonna forget that. One question I did have. How do you make so many? 500? Do you bake them?
All these gals that are in here, they come on over and we pull out the molds and we get 100 or so pounds of sugar and we get to work.
Wow.
I would love to just see that production. That's really.
We'll invite you over.
There you go. Sign them up for next year.
If you need a taster, then I'm there. But hard labor, it might not be my. Then with sugar, then it might make sense.
Yeah. No, I see you guys have some other than white. They're
we have some black ones. Some darker ones. Also, they're the same thing, but they're just dyed black.
Ah, okay.
Are they baked?
No, they are. They have to air dry, and you have to make sure it's not humid. It's a whole thing to it, but it's been fun.
Remo's asking because he wants to take one for later.
You can take them. We got it right there, Remo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That black one without any colors looks kind of creepy. I still sleep with a light on just in case.
Man. We're going to get you two for your birthday. Yeah. Done. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Congratulations, by the way, because your booth is full.
Thank you. We
can't wait to see you next year.
We hope so.
And is this something you do just for this event, or do you do at other events? How can someone connect with you?
Actually, I have an Instagram. It's called Calaveritas y Más. And this is our first event, but actually we've been invited to some others, so I got some connections from it. So thank you, Casita del Pueblo, for inviting us to come out and allowing us to share our stuff with you.
Very cool.
For your first time to be 500, that's a big first time.
Hey,
most people
Yolanda said, go big.
Yeah. There you go. Go big or go home.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Hey, Whittier.
We are back, and we found seats.
Well, you found seats, my friend. You're too young to be looking for a seat, my friend. We're actually right in front of we're in the knotted apron, actually.
Yeah, we're being creepers in the hallway of the knotted apron because it's a little quieter in here than outside.
There you go. That's the reason why. Remo, who are we interviewing?
We are here with Shireen.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
What time is it?
It's early.
It's like 9 p.m.
The event just started.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You've been up since yesterday. I know that.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
So tell us, what is it that you do, and how are you involved with today?
I am an artist, so my primary focus is canvases. So I like to paint large canvases, like 6 feet, 4 feet tall. And that's my primary focus. And then I just started to do a lot of fashion backpacks, painting on backpacks and painting on shoes, and I've got known from that. And so today I'm just here to sell some of my artwork. I put some of my artwork on product like apparel and the phone grips and prints, and so I'm here to do that. But I also have a face painting business. I've been doing it for about 8.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my roots. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just paint some faces for the kids. I love it. I enjoy it. And so I'm actually super busy with that. I did not think it was going to be a hit. So I'm here selling my art. My husband is actually out there being the salesman. And I'm just doing faces, painting faces.
How many faces have you painted today?
To be honest, I have no idea. I don't know how many, and I don't know how much I made on that. I have no clue.
Your husband will tell you, you made $20, honey.
Yeah, probably. He's out there like a crazy man.
Well, I follow you on Instagram, and I found out of you because you're a local Whittier artist.
Yes.
I know you just recently had an event at Lift,
yes,
where you're doing also again showcasing your art. I guess tell us a little bit about why Whittier and what else you got going on.
The funny thing is I just recently started to be involved with my community. I grew up in Whittier since I think I moved here when I was like 4. And so really I kind of just want to represent where I come from. And I love my hometown. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people here, and so it's like, why not push that? And yeah, I'm just doing that.
And we the reason how I found you also was we share a common I guess person or icon through Instagram.
Jesse likes his face painted. He's going to tell you this right
now. I think you know who it is.
Who?
Lopez's last name.
Hi, yes.
So George Lopez. So,
yes.
Which is somebody who actually he supports a lot of Latino inspired art.
Yep.
And I know he's purchased some stuff from you.
Yes.
So that's who we share in common.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know him, but yeah.
I don't know if you hang around with me, maybe you can meet him one day.
Instagram tells us we know him, right? But I guess tell us about that, because your art is very unique. I mean, it's.
Oh, just my art?
Yeah.
You know what? It's just in my blood, and for a long time I wasn't painting. So I went through like this depression and this, I got just caught up with being a mom, being a wife, and I mean, although I love my family, it just something was missing. And I was like, I have a beautiful life. I have a loving husband. Kids are healthy. We purchased our home at a very young age, very successful, but it's like, why am I not happy? There's something that's wrong with me. In the back of my head, I knew it's because I wasn't painting, and I wasn't pursuing being an artist, being a creator. And so one day, exactly a year and like a month, I came home and I was so frustrated from, working at an office job, and I came home and I painted my backpack. And I was listening to Gary Vee and watching some of my favorite artists on Instagram, and they're always taking videos of them painting, and it just got me so hyped up. And Gary Vee is very about, like, do what you want to do, F everybody, and that's it. Like, live your life, you're going to die one day, maybe tomorrow. So, yeah, so I'm like, start painting. I don't care if anybody doesn't like my art. It's different, and I know that. It's bold. It's, street. And coming from a mom shouldn't paint, street art. And so, yeah, I did it, and God, it's just been a blessing ever since. And I had a lot of great feedback, reaction, and people wanted to actually purchase the backpack. And so I remember going to Forever 21, spending $140, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't get paid until next week. Like, oh, I better sell these damn backpacks. I remember I sold them, I think, for like $50 or $40 or something like that. Yeah. And so they ended up selling. I'm like, wow, this could be a thing. People like my stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me start painting on wood boards. Wood boards did a Maleficent. Everybody loved it. So I'm like, wow, people like my art. And right then and there, my mindset just changed. Like, I don't care if nobody likes my art. This is a way for me to have a creative outlet. Like, and from there, I could say I mentally got better. And so it was just a way just to like do something finally for myself.
Yeah, it was your medicine.
Yes, and it still is. And I just, I'm so passionate about just doing what you want to do. And I'm telling you, like, I worked in an office job, and I was just eating myself alive, seriously, because I wanted to do all these paintings and projects. And So I just started just to paint what I want, and I love bold colors, and a lot of women love it.
Nice. Well, I'm going to cut you off there because I want to be able to bring you back so we could do a full interview on
Okay,
you.
Yeah, because I could just go on right now.
And go on to your whole, who you are. But before we close it out, I mean, being part of this event, what is it that you love about the event?
The people. There's so many people. I don't do a lot of events. I don't, because I paint from my garage. I don't really network as much, and so this is my first time here, and I am amazed by the amount of foot traffic here.
And it's a beautiful day, so it
Yes, and everybody comes dressed up, and it's just, I love it. I love it that I'm a part of it now, you know, as a vendor.
Believe it or not, Remo's dressed today for the occasion. So.
Wow. We need to paint your face.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on, and we look forward to your full episode.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Remo, who do we come across?
We're here with Yolanda, our last guest. So on our main guest for today. So welcome. We are what? 4/5 of the
Actually,
way.
we're welcome because we're here.
We're about 4/5 of the way. It's about 3:30, and we were kind of asking how everything was going. So how has it been today?
It's been great. We've had a lot of people here, people from so many different communities coming out to Whittier to visit the Uptown Business District, celebrating with us Dia de los Muertos. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And we've had businesses that are participating, families that have come out from Whittier. Whittier College Alumni Weekend happened. So we had a lot of people that were staying longer. They're supposed to leave back home on Sunday and said, no, we want to stay for this.
Nice.
And they stayed. They enjoyed it. Some people have never seen anything like this before. So people are really excited, having a great time.
Was the turnout as you expected?
It's actually a little better than I expected. We had rain yesterday, so we were a little bit scared.
I bet, yeah.
Everybody was worried, but the weather gods definitely were in our favor today.
This is amazing weather for an event like this. People stay, I'm sure, a lot longer. When it's hot, kids just want to go home. And
yes, all that face painting is melting away, so people are really enjoying themselves today with this great weather.
Awesome.
What we have actually ran into a couple people who was their first time here, vendors or just even people walking around. Definitely one of those kind of experiences. They're like, man, I didn't know about this. Now that they know they're going to come back, they're hoping that vendors hoping that they would be able to come back.
They'll be able to make the cut.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. I mean, you get that kind of experience. It's like you definitely set now like a standard for everybody. And for them to want to come back, I think it just means a lot, right? It just says that they're having a good time. We've been asking people like, what is the one thing of the event that they enjoyed? Obviously, everybody has a different perspective, but now we're going to ask you, what is it based on the whole show? Like something that you say, man, this came out awesome, or I don't know, something different.
Well, it's been so great to see so many families out here. Every year we see families, and yes, you're right. Every year we say, we hear people say, wow, I never knew this was happening, and wow, I can't wait till next year. Yeah. So that is really something spectacular, and it's a great feeling. After being here at 3:30 in the morning and hearing that we've been here 12 hours, but getting all of that positive feedback has been wonderful. The businesses are doing great. People are texting me. Bars are packed. Restaurants are doing well. Boutiques are doing great. I mean, we have other businesses that were maybe off the strip, off of Greenleaf, and maybe not on Greenleaf or Philadelphia, asking, how do I get involved next year? Because I want to connect with the community here. So it's been really, really great. But one thing that I'm just in awe of is behind us, the Dia de los Muertos Azteca dancers. I mean, they have been doing an amazing job. And you're right, we have wonderful weather today, but in all of the great weather that we've had, I mean, we've had some really hot weather previous years, 90s, 100 degrees, and these Azteca dancers every year come out and dance. Not just one time. They dance about 6 different sessions. Yeah. So it's really wonderful because they're burning copal and sage, and they bless the area. It's definitely very spiritual, and at the same time, really important to empower like our families to remember where you've come from and remember and honor those that have passed away, and remember that they're not gone. They'll forever be in our memory. they'll forever be here. And doing this type of event helps families reconnect with their children and teach them that it's okay. Death is not something to be scared of.
Yeah.
So we're really happy, and we're actually going to be here awarding the Altar Best of Show car.
Very
he did
cool.
an amazing job. I'm not sure if you guys got to see it, but he has a coffin out there
You
matching
went all
his
out.
car.
Yeah, I know. It's like
You talk about the paint job on the coffin, too.
Yeah.
He did a great job. He did a big installation art piece, wood frame, and he has some beautiful flowers there, lights, and some mementos of his family. So it's a beautiful, beautiful shrine. We also have another beautiful shrine inside Casita del Pueblo that'll be there all month. It's the Dodger Shrine. So it basically pays
I saw
tribute.
that earlier. With all
Yeah,
the
wasn't
players.
that great?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing piece. Of course, all our Dodger fans are taking pictures with it and
Yes.
tagging. So if you're here at the event, make sure that you're hashtagging Los Muertos Uptown, because I'm the producer and I love seeing all the happy faces here, but I don't get to enjoy it as much as you guys do. I enjoyed it on a different level.
And a week from now, you look at the pictures and then
Yes,
enjoy it.
I want to see all those wonderful pictures. So please keep posting, keep hashtagging Los Muertos Uptown.
one thing I was gonna say, kudos on the shirt.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's I'm a big. I like buying shirts that are specific to events. This was pretty awesome because it's very colorful, and sometimes for me shirts, it's like if it tells a story right away, then it's like the best shirt ever. So, anyways.
Well,
kudos
thank
on
you.
that.
We definitely wanted
And
to.
we won't lose Jessie now because
Yes, you can find him. You just look at the Sempalsuchi, the marigold on his big old right there chest, right? And the
right.
Sempalsuchi is really important. Traditionally, for Dia de los Muertos, it's the flower. You'll see it adorned in many different altars, or you'll see it adorned in the booths, or even the vendors are decorating with it. And it's a great flower. It's like the flower of the dead, so they smell it. It has this distinct smell. So traditionally, what it's looked at is to see that the people that have passed away are coming back to the living.
So I know last time you were on the podcast, you said there was going to be a big announcement today.
Oh yes, you guys missed it.
Can you tell us?
Okay, so we had this wonderful experience that happened with one of our followers. He's actually a follower and a Casita fan, and his girlfriend, who's his girlfriend, is a fan as well too. So 3 years ago, they had their actual first date here at the Los Muertos Uptown Festival. And he contacted me a few weeks ago and said, hey, it's our tradition. We go every year. It's so much fun. My girlfriend loves it. And I'd like to ask a favor. I want to propose. So I'm reading this in the midst of different emails, different DMs, and I'm just like exhausted, tired, 3 weeks to go, but I'm pushing. And this inspired me so much. This story was so beautiful, their love story, and just basically their love for Dia de los Muertos. I couldn't say no. So he actually came out and he was on the stage and they were here. She had no clue. We actually made it that he was the winner of a face painting contest that we put on our social media, if you guys saw that. And so she's going up there thinking she's the winner, and he comes out and talks about love and tradition and culture and just wanting to spend the rest of his life with her, and gets on one knee. I know, all the women were like sappy. We were crying. I was crying again. Yes, it's all going down, running down the cheeks, but he did such a wonderful job, and congratulations to them both. They're wonderful. You'll see it on our story as well too, and it was a great moment.
So she said yes.
She did say yes. Lucky guy. Lucky guy.
Well, it could be a first too. I mean, Remo's here, so if they want to buy a house together.
Hey, there you go. I'll send them over. Remo is a realty man.
Yolanda, well, thank you. And on to our next interview. We'll go interview the winners of the altar.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys are having a good time and continue to do this every year.
Done.
We will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Whittier, we're now at the other end of Greenleaf. Yes. We're actually closer to the theater.
We're in the heart of the event, or one of the hearts.
The best part of it.
Actually,
the best part of it.
We're at the place of where the winner of the altar.
Best in show.
Best in show. Look at that.
Yeah.
And here we're with you guys are tattoo artists by trade, or is it?
Yes.
So tattoo artists by trade. So we're gonna give you their tattoo names. So we got Toomer, and Gally.
Tattoo Gally. Yeah,
So say hi and welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So I guess if you guys want to talk about, what the altar means for you guys, I know you guys are obviously, the purpose is to remember people who've passed away. You guys want to talk about that and who it's for?
Yeah, for me, Dia de los Muertos, I was raised on it. My mom, she still speaks Mayan. Her job was to take all the gabachos and the British to Chichen Itza in her horse as a kid in the 50s, So I was always taught about everything they believed in, back then. And when I was a kid, not having a lot of money, I made my own toys, and a lot of them were, sugar skulls and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been doing this for a long time.
Very cool, very cool. And who do we have on the altar? Like, who are we remembering?
Well, this is Callie. She passed away in a car accident a couple years back. She was a really good friend of mine. And that's Boke over there. He passed away as well a couple years back. He was my partner in art and tattooing and stuff. So, I always keep on.
And I have one of my good friends of mine that passed away like 2 years ago, and then my grandparents, and then we have Suez's mom, one of his friends' mom.
Good friend's mom, mom that I, hanged out with my mom.
Yeah, he's here, he helps out.
That's what it's about. It's not Halloween, And I try to, when I stop people and I see them with cobwebs or things like that, or I'm trying to make it too scary, I try to let them understand that this is not Halloween. This is something to remember the people in your past, where you're gonna go sooner or later, and not to be frightened about it. It's more celebratory, Yeah. I have a lot of dark colors, but I also have a lot of light colors.
Yeah.
The flowers represent the light. Yeah. From going from the funeral and inviting them. Going from the cemetery and inviting them to your home. That's why we use a lot of bright colors, yellows and oranges, to bring the spirits to have a day with you.
Yeah.
And this holiday used to be a year-long thing.
Event,
It wasn't just
1 day.
2 days or 1 day.
Yeah.
They had one for the children. They had one for the adults. They had one for tragic deaths. They had one for soldiers.
They had one for everything.
They had a lot of... But, excuse me, but Catholicism came in and ended all that. And then, the people fought back, and, there was a priest that said, okay, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and honor their beliefs and let it go. And then now it's a, pretty big worldwide phenomenon. I've been sponsored by Red Bull, and they're pulling me to different parts of the country to do altars in San Antonio, Texas, and different places. And it's something that everybody, no matter what race you are or where you come from, even what religion, you could understand that. Almost every religion respects some sort of death thing. And some are fearful, and that's why we have to speak up and let them know this is not Halloween. Yeah. This is not Santeria, which is a religion, This is Dia de los Muertos.
And your wife, she's like full on.
Oh, yeah.
Festive.
He actually did it.
Explain us on what it is and how you're...
Well, I made this piece because I went to a store, and I don't want to blow them up. I went to a store where they sell it, right? And asked the lady to bring it down. And she looked at me like, well, it's $800. And I said, okay, well, can I see it? And she was like, well, if I bring it down for everybody that comes in, I have to get a ladder. And I was like, all right, never mind. I went to the next store. And I wanted to buy one. I thought it was cool, and I wanted to buy one. So I went to the next store, and they're like, oh, what are you going to use it for? And I was like, oh, nothing. I just like it. Can I see it? She showed it to me. I looked at it, and I go, I can make this. Thanks. And it looked like, what it looked like? It looked like a Mexican wrestling mask with cheap material.
Yeah.
And they wanted $800 something for it. I go, oh, I got that. So I went back, and I started messing with it.
We actually have a full-on suit.
I also made that one.
Today.
No, we were so tired that we just kind of down it down a little bit than what we wanted to do.
No, we got here at 4.
There's enough. There's enough.
4. Wow. So tell us about the best of show. Like, how did you, what are we looking at here so someone could
that's our 1964 Impala Super Sport. The name of it is La Calaverde, which means green skull. So I built that in 2009. The recession was really bad. Nobody had jobs, and I had cash, so got a lot of good deals on it, and it's been great ever since. And the wall here, I bought it at the Home Depot, $20. This material. I put on the letters, Los Muertos.
So who's the artist? Is that you or?
Yeah.
Nice.
I did that. My wife did all the work on the
At the altar.
altar. Then we
Very
built
cool.
the sets. Then she painted the roses of different colors. I think they just came in white, right?
Yeah.
So she
They
painted.
didn't have the colors I wanted, so I was like, I'm going to do it for
How about the coffin here as well?
The coffin, I got that at an auction for Universal Pictures, and then I painted it the color of my car. I had a pinstripe.
Yeah, that's a lot of detail.
So, we're going to retire this year and then just go
We're
for
gonna do
pro.
something different,
They
yeah.
never told me how big I could go, because I have good 8-foot skulls that I want to use both sides. So if they
we
would
had
have
other
told me,
stuff that might
they would have said, hey,
like, nah, we'll leave
go
it-
for
we'll
it.
leave until
It would have been a whole. I would have had a parade.
Fireworks and
12
things
people.
shooting.
I would have had 12 people holding a giant skeleton in their hand. So she talked to me
I like
earlier
to
and
decorate,
said, let's
so
do
I
it.
would have gone all out, but I was like, okay, I'm going to dial it down. 'cause I'm a little too extreme all the time, so.
Tone it down, huh?
Yeah. So I was like, well, just a little
Well,
bit.
guys, congratulations on winning. And
Thank you.
I mean, it'd be awesome if you guys could come back next year and try to outbeat whoever's trying to come up and take over, right?
I won 2015.
Okay.
2016, they gave it to these kids because they, what are they going to do? It helps them come back, right? Yeah. So I gave it to them. 2017, I took a break. I was like, you know what? Let these guys be hungry and come in. And I told everybody. And as a matter of fact, this morning when they saw me roll in, a lot of the guys saw the truck in my car and they're like, oh.
The setup that you're bringing.
But I think that I make it where these guys want to go to the next level and not just go to the Halloween store and buy some stuff, right?
Set the
They
bar.
want to bring more, so I'm trying to set the bar. So, in 2019, they got their stuff together and they can handle it. I seriously doubt it.
There you go.
But
the challenge has been put right now.
I'm throwing down the gauntlet, guys.
Everybody out there, get
2019, if you could beat me, please come over here and rub it in.
Yeah. There you go.
Please rub it in on me. That way, the next 2020, I could come back and just devastate you. Because I knew that what was going to happen since the morning. You could ask the guys. I go, you know what? Just send me the trophy now. Because I already knew. By the time I got to the morning, I see these guys' faces doing this. I was like, again.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. And again, awesome display. It's
her. All her.
you
My
go.
wife. The best decorator, pirate decorator, tattoo artist, acrylic artist, airbrush artist, any kind of art, any tool you put in her hand, she goes. And
my mom's a seamstress, so I had the vision, and I'm like, Mom, do this for me.
Like Diego said to Frida, she's a better artist than me.
There you go. Well, with that said, have you guys tattooed each other?
She's tattooed me all over my body.
Nice.
But she's picky, so I don't know. My tattoos are American traditional, Japanese, prison stuff. She wants all realism.
So you're themed. You're like...
Yeah. I have portraits. I have my friend that's over there. I have my mama.
Nice.
Better artist than me.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Uptown.